In the star-kissed land of Elsewhere, the twin moons, Maser and Secunda, are considered more than mere celestial bodies. They embody Joan and Jode, the holy lunar lattice, or Ja-Kaje in the native Khajiit tongue, delineating the destiny of Khajiit neonates. These deities twirl in a graceful ballet above Nirn, marking the passage of days, months, and years. Maser, the larger celestial deity, is known as Jode, or the big moon god, proudly dominating the night sky with its crimson hues. Possessing its own cycle, Maser bestows its blessing onto the world below, waxing from the celestial carapace of darkness to full grandeur, and waning back into hidden mysteries. Secunda, or Joan, the little moon god, carries its own illuminating saga. Much smaller than its celestial sibling, it flits in the night sky, shaping its tail in obsidian darkness before reciprocating Maser's celestial cycle, illuminating the world below with its serene silver glow. Secunda dances around Maser, appearing to be under its sibling's shadow, yet shining with its own untamed brilliance. These independent cycles of the celestial siblings often converge to dance in harmony, casting an ethereal glow on Elsewhere, marking the lunar lattice's will. It's this twin lunar alignment that shapes the Khajiit nascence. Closest to their hearts, the revered moons dictate the fate of each Khajiit at birth. The sacred dance of Joan and Jode during a Khajiit's birth, their phase, position, and alignment carves their physical and spiritual manifestation. From agile Sutherot to the mighty Senchirot, the moon's phases bestow their lunar blessings, crafting a spectrum of diverse Khajiiti forms. The Khajiit, like Razir, are hewn from and molded by the twin moon's divine will. Their lives are a testament to the celestial body's power, a testament etched in fur, claws, and the inherent moon-born agility and prowess of the Khajiiti race. For them, the twin moons aren't merely celestial dancers, they are divine. They are destiny weavers, and they are the eternal illuminators of the Khajiiti path wound under the endless sky. Indeed, Razir's journey was mirroring the celestial cycle, a sphere of knowledge waxing full, then waning, only to wax up again with new revelations. His journey took him far and wide across the expanses of Tamriel, under the steadfast vigil of Maser and Secunda. From the wind-kissed peaks of Skyrim, garbed in eternal white, to the sun-drenched, arcane shores of the Somerset Isles, where lore seeped from every surface of the Crystal Tower, Razir walked undeterred, thirsting for knowledge. Through whispered tales of elder lore masters, fragments left behind by long-gone civilizations, and the pages of ancient script-laden tomes, he deciphered the chronicles of his lunar deities. He read of the time before time, when mortals believed the moons were the remains of Lorkhan's divine body, marking his punishment and serving as stark reminders of the trickster god's fall from grace. He stumbled upon obscure texts pointing to other deities, other myths and other interpretations, shaking his grasp on the known narrative. His deep explorations into the celestial ballet of Ja-Kaje elicited both admiration and unease. Every revelation about Maser and Secunda seemed to pull him deeper into the mesmerizing grasp of the lunar lattice, the cosmic framework that served as the tapestry weaving his people's destinies. It was his unorthodox quest that sparked alarm among the lunar clergy of Elsewhere, those who were sworn custodians of the moon's ancient secrets. Deeming his interpretations blasphemous, they labeled him a heretic, an affront to the teachings of the Ja-Kaje. The sudden persecution was akin to a tempest that threatened to roar Razir's boat off course. Yet amidst the tumult, Razir stayed steadfast, the twinkling constancy of Maser and Secunda his northern star. However, the light of enlightenment cast a long shadow. Fresh challenges emerged, threats hovering close like menacing storm clouds. The relentless pursuit by the furious clergy had turned his sojourn into a heart-pounding chase, a test of his faith, resilience, and the strength of his conviction. But through every tribulation, Razir stood tall, his courage untouched, his gaze unwaveringly set on the celestial compass that his moons offered. For they were his sanctuary, his refuge in the storm, their luminescence a beacon guiding him through the violent squall of dissent, their silent understanding a balm on his embattled spirit. And so it came to be that Razir's path led him to the very periphery of the heavens, to High Hrothgar perched atop the throat of the world, where the sky seemed a mere stone's throw away, and the celestial bodies of Maser and Secunda hung tantalizingly close. The climactic confrontation between him and the clergy, under the magnificent conjunction of Macer and Secunda, marked the zenith of his journey. Just when the outraged clergy, their cultural pride insurmountably wounded, prepared to strike down Razir under the luminescent watchful gaze of the celestial deities, the expanse of Orbis tremored faintly. A hush descended, and almost as if the twin moons themselves were intervening, Macer and Secunda unveiled an unprecedented lunar form. The Khajiit gasped as they witnessed the ethereal manifestation of the lattice-bearer, an extraordinary moon form whispered only in hushed tales and largely dismissed as mythical folklore. Yet under the shimmering light of the twin moons, it materialized, right before the disbelieving eyes of the lunar clergy, proving Razir's theories true. Faced with undeniable tangible evidence of Razir's wisdom and the divine nod from Macer and Secunda themselves, the clergy was compelled to cease their hostility. With heads bowed in submission and hearts heavy with revelation, they acknowledged the wisdom in divergence and the profound depths of Razir's understanding. When Razir finally returned to Elsewhere, his journey under the awe-inspiring mesh of the twin celestial bodies had transformed him. He was no longer Razir, the maverick, the heretic. He was greeted as a hero, a pioneer of lunar mysteries. He had returned not just with a deeper comprehension of Macer and Secunda, but with a will powerful enough to reshape the Khajiit's understanding of their deities, and hence their destinies, forever. As the tale of Razir's celestial sojourn came to an end, it beckoned for reflection on the aura of perseverance and brave inquisitiveness he had been touched with. It spoke of how, under the serene glow of Macer and Secunda, a lone Khajiit's quest challenged then changed the norm, and thus enriched his race's lunar lore beyond measure. His tale serves as a stark reminder that the celestial bodies, with all their mystical prowess, don't limit us to a defined path, but illuminate multiple lanes to tread upon in our quest for enlightenment.